Hello everyone, I'm Kako Chrissy. Welcome back to my channel. And today we will be examining our first piece of Hongshan Jade. Actually, I recorded this video yesterday following the 4-point checking process, starting with the jade material and then looking for stones, assessing for shape and the design, and finally evaluate the craftsmanship. As I mentioned in the previous section, after finishing recording, I had a strange feeling, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Later, I realized it was because the order of examination had changed, almost like getting out of bed from the wrong side. Normally, I don't follow that order when examining a piece of jade. I usually start with the shape, since most fake piece won't pass this initial checkpoint. I know people say not to judge a book by its cover, but I have to confess that I do judge a book by its cover when it comes to Asian jade. Some of the Hongshan pieces I have seen on market with their cover pictures immediately raise a red flag for me. I understand that for beginners, it will be challenging. Accumulating knowledge takes time and experience, much like the Mr. Wang and his expert in Ming Dynasty furniture. That's why I need to emphasize here that as you got accustomed to this checking method through experience and understanding, you will discover the order that works best for you. If you see someone examining a piece without first taking a step back to appreciate it from a distance, but instead immediately pulling out a magnifying loupe to scrutinize the inside lines, they are likely a beginner. Okay, a friend of mine shared a similar story from her work at a nail salon. She mentioned that when a customer admired their newly done nails by stretching out her hands, it indicated she's an expert on manicure. On the other hand, if the customer hold her fingers and look at it closer to her face, it suggests she's a beginner. Anyway, in any case, reorder the 4-point checking steps as you feel comfortable with, because they ultimately serve the same purpose. If you can distinguish a fake piece from distant, there's no need to go searching for minute details and tool marks. Until you find the examination order that suits you best, I will assume you are a beginner. So let's go through some routine checks with this piece. Let's examine this jade piece. This kind of greenish yellow jade you will see here is quite a typical type of jade material Hongshan people will use. And although this one has a lot of earth deterioration on it, as the example I used for last video, not really good to see the greenish yellow color, but you still get the sense of it. Let me put on light, you can see. See, this is the translucent, you can see inside. That's the yellowish green jade. Hongshan people, this is my around the Hongshan people locally got it jade. It's very hard. I feel it. The hardness can be comparable or even more than Hetian jade, which is the main kind of jade that dominated through whole Chinese history. Hongshan people use this kind of jade. We will examine a few more pieces with this kind of material on it. For the stains, like I mentioned before, not every piece is good stains, especially around the Hongshan area, because their region, the soil is dry. Sometimes you even don't see a stain on it. For this guy, you can see here, this part of color is totally different from this part. And this part getting white. The white actually is almost a stone-like part. This part probably the underground like this way, just deeply buried. So get a stone-like. They almost don't let the light go through. You see here? It's very deep. Another way to think about it is this age got more deterred, stone-like, almost like a stone. For the design, this part we need to spend a little bit of time on it. This shape of a jade called a cloud, spatula shape, and it's come only from a Hongshan culture. You don't see another Neolithic culture has this kind of design. A scholar like Guo Dashun, the most reliable, respected Hongshan scholar, he suggests this kind of a design actually is come from Yangshao culture. It's another even older than Hongshan culture from inland China. They have a lot of potteries. On the pottery, you will see this waving design. It's a beautiful stuff. If you are interested, you can refer to my book. I listed a few Yangshao culture to make a comparison with this design. However, when we come to this piece, you may realize as Hongshan people has a very strong, well-balanced and movement inside, such as this part, the inside of this part, you see this straightened down like a stabilized whole piece, but you will see this curved dragon body is such a powerful. With this curving, tuck its tail under it, rounded body edge, it's any second it will spread out its body, flying out. This is the movement. Hongshan people is very good at this, created a sudden movement inside their jade piece. And when we look at it, how they make it, you may notice, you see this channel, and they are good at creating a channel. Some people call this channel as a Spanish tile style. It's like a curved. As I run my fingers through here, you will notice actually this channel is quite evenly uniform looking. See this part and this part almost evenly looking, and you run your finger through. They groove in the jade very smoothly, going in and make a circle here. And then when they make a circle from here, they run another circle from the inland here, come out. This part, when they dig a hole, is such, they grooved in very, very, very thin. You see this side, and you come to see this side. They're identical, both they grouped in the very thin. When it's very thin, they make a tiny, tiny hole there, and through the hole they make a round one. You will see the inside of the ridge of the hole is zigzagged, and the holes is not really ideally round, more like not round at all. You see here, and this one. When they dig holes, you look at here, that's the good example. You see the notch here? When they group the very thin, and they make a tiny hole go through here. Through the tiny hole, use a wire to cut these lines open, to make this open work. It's quite spend the time to make these things. And also on this hole, you will see, let me turn this way, you can see better. You see on the hole, on the wall, you will see how they dig deep with a curve. Maybe better. Anyway, we will review a few more pieces like this. You will see how they pay attention, go through the trouble to make those open works. And those things must have some special meaning for them to spend so much effort to groove in and make holes. Even the hole's edge, just like outside the edge, you run your finger, it's like a dull knife. This is another character for the Hongshan Jade. You will see more pieces like this. We cover the material, stain, design, and the craftsmanship. Since this one is not really easy to see, I took a few pictures for you to review how they dig those holes. You will see many, many tiny lines. They run this way, they run this way, and then groove in the seam to dig it open. Also, this kind of very tiny lines, and Deng Shuping referred is like a cow hair. It's like a hair and grow on the cow. You can imagine how tiny that is and how many of them. I think that's the main thing we look from this piece. Okay, I show you from a different angle. Hope you have a better view of this piece. I wish you can see how many those deterioration by the earth part. That's really beautiful stuff on it. The Let me express my heartfelt appreciation to many scholars who came before me to conclude today's discussion. As I mentioned in previous section, empirical observation is our pathway to acquire knowledge, just as we have observed and analyzed this jade piece. However, we must also recognize, acknowledge, and build on the research conducted by the scholar and jade expert, jade knowledgeist who had preceded us. In my personal view, the Taiwan Palace Museum has done an exceptional job in unraveling the mysteries of how jade were crafted in the ancient time. They have demonstrated step-by-step process involving the ancient jade work. Deng Shuping, the head of a global jade field and the curator of a Taiwan Palace Museum, has conducted insightful research on ancient jade. Particular Hongshan Jade. I'm deeply grateful for Deng Shuping's research. Under her guidance, I have followed her approach to categorize Hongshan Jade. While Deng Shuping's research book was published in Taiwan, may not easily accessible in the United States, I have found an online resource that I have shared below. Even if you don't understand Chinese, this book is a must-have if you want to seek a solid understanding of ancient jade. Another outstanding researcher in this field is Jessica Rosen. Her book is written in English and serves as an indispensable resource on ancient jade. Additionally, there are many other greater scholars I have mentioned in my book whose dedicated work had made it possible for my first jade book, Hongshan Jade, to reach a wider audience. Not long after its publication, my book was honored to be included in the recommended book list by the World History Encyclopedia. As an independent, self-published author, I humbly accepted this recognition as a great honor and as an encouragement for those around the world eager to uncover the truth and appreciate the beauty of our ancient ancestors' tangible achievement. It represents a great treasure for all of humanity. I hope through my videos, you can enjoy the beauty of ancient civilizations, learn how to interpret them, seek them out, and protect them. I firmly believe that the more we protect ancient jade, the more ancient jade will protect us through its earthly and spiritual power. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time.